Okay, how we doing, Kiki?
Oh,
I'm
you
nervous.
putting these back on?
I guess
It's up to
so.
y'all.
It's a choice.
If it work better for you,
Let
sound clarity is it for you?
That right now.
Let me see what I sound like. I guess I don't know. We don't know. We don't know, baby bus. With the pandas?
Yeah.
Girl.
So how y'all doing today?
We here. I mean, we good.
We doing
We
excellent.
doing right. As my grandma say, I'm doing.
Fantastical.
I'm doing.
I got all the Dora words for y'all today.
Clearly.
Y'all doing it up.
Yeah. Bueno.
So what's good? Y'all warm up. Y'all warm up with something. Warm up with your intros. I can get it whatever.
Okay. Hold on.
We doing the intro that you wrote.
I mean, we can touch on it.
It.
Yeah. This is gonna be the written intro for
Okay.
the podcast, like for the write up that she does
Yeah.
on the podcast.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
we can, talk on it.
How y'all gonna open the show?
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, what y'all doing? Come on with
So we here, we new, fresh faces to you all.
Hey, family.
Hey, I'm Night Nurse
Welcome in.
Davis,
And this is Deja Vu coming at you again, once again.
and we are AN-T-NEES, and we are coming to the forum, to the platform, to open up about wellness
And holistic.
and
living.
holistic wellness, holistic living. That's right. And ways that we can achieve that
Spiritually, mentally, physically,
physically, all of those
whatever
things.
that looks like for you, because it's not specific to anyone, but it can be tailor made to your lifestyle.
Tailor made. That's right.
Tailor made to your lifestyle, whatever it fits for you, because everybody doesn't have that specific time to work out or meditate or eat right. Some people doing it early in the morning, some doing it late at night, whatever fits your schedule. But you have to take that time to be able to take care of yourself.
That's right.
For sure, because you can't show up for anybody else if you're not okay.
That's true. 1,000%.
Your cup can't be empty and you pouring into everybody else's cup, because you only pouring emptiness
That's right.
into somebody else's cup if you're empty. So, just being able to refill your cup, however, whatever that looks like.
Learning how to juggle all the things while taking care of and maintaining your well-being.
While life is lifing.
While life,
is
because life do be life.
lifing on the daily. And it ain't stopping.
It does not stop,
It ain't stopping.
for any of us.
No,
It lives
no.
for all of us.
All of us.
There's
Yeah.
no exceptions.
Yeah. No
We all
exceptions to
getting
the
it.
rule.
We all getting it. We all getting it.
Getting bust up in the head. Boop, boop. But you still got to know how to maneuver through it, figure it out,
Facts.
regroup,
Facts.
ground yourself, and live in the world. Because it ain't stopping.
You have your job, your 9 to 5.
Your kids, your spouse,
you
your
have to maintain your
partner,
home, your partner. Right. Whatever that looks like
whatever
for
that
you.
looks like. Or just yourself.
Or
Maintain
just
yourself.
yourself.
Going
Just
to this
yourself.
9 to 5 that you really don't want to go to. But
Exactly.
you know it's paying the bills for you to be able to do what you want to do or what you need to do.
Even if you love going to your 9
Even
to
if
5.
you love it, yeah. People don't speak on that. People don't speak on that. We always talk about, hey, do what you love. But sometimes even doing what you love can be tiring.
It's true.
It can
It's
be
true.
draining.
It's
It
true.
can bring out parts of you that you may not know how to deal with or how to cope with.
Because it's a responsibility. No matter if you're clocking in on somebody else's time or if you're setting your own time, your own schedule, it's still a responsibility at the end of the day. You have a responsibility to bring home the money, to maintain your livelihood, and that within itself sometimes can be a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Especially with the way a lot of things are happening today.
Right.
And then just figuring out how to fit in and balance whatever it is that makes you feel good. Traveling, art,
Yep.
singing,
Yeah.
dancing, sleeping, reading, exercising, whatever that looks like for you. But we're going to get into a little bit of
All
of it, okay? And try to figure out how we can help each other create a balance between the busy every day,
The responsibility.
the responsibilities, the priorities. That's right. But it's also a priority to maintain your mental well-being.
I like that.
It's a
You're
priority.
right. You're right.
It's a priority to maintain your physical well-being. Okay?
And that's not talked about enough. Prioritizing your mental health and your physical health. Also, spiritually as well, because
Absolutely.
that's something totally different, but it matters in the world now. So,
And whatever
balancing
that
all
looks like for you, just make sure we got to figure out ways to make sure that we can incorporate all of those things into the busy hustle and flow, so that you continue to feel good and you can continue to show up when you need to show up to continue to maintain your livelihood. Because that is important. We don't want to downplay that. It's important, but it's just as important to maintain the other things that's going to keep you going.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Whatever fuels you, like you said, the art, music, just creativity, meditating, fitness,
Writing.
Ooh, girl, you touched
Hit
on
home.
something right there.
Hit home.
You
Hit home. I already know.
You ain't gotta be so loud when you talking to me.
I'm so sorry.
But no, for real, just whatever your outlet is, because everyone has
Yeah.
an outlet, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Just trying to find that makes you want to show up, not just for other people, but show up for yourself. I feel like that's not talked about. Showing up for yourself. Everybody's like, I gotta make sure they're all right. I gotta make sure this is all right. I gotta check on my friend. I gotta check on my parents. I gotta check on my sibling. Are you checking on you?
Yeah.
Are you making sure that you're okay to even be able to show up for these people and these things? Because when you look up and your cup empty, you're trying to figure out where it went. It went into everybody but yourself.
That's right.
And it can happen so quickly without you even knowing it. So,
And you pulling from the negative.
the negative, and the negative come quick. The negative come quick.
It does.
Wait a minute, what? It done stacked up like this? Yes, it has stacked up like that. But you want to stack up on the positive, not just the negative.
Right,
And I feel like we don't talk about that enough. But we are here to discuss it, figure it out together. Not to say we got all the answers. We still trying to figure it out, but we couldn't collaborate to figure out those different paths and those different ways together.
So during this journey, you'll see us maybe exercising, right? Showing you different exercises.
Okay.
We might be out at a
Out
food
and about.
truck, venture, showing you what it looks like to be out and about, making some healthy food choices. Not necessarily at food trucks, the healthy food choices.
Right.
But just different ways, we might be on a vacation somewhere. We might be at a museum checking out some art. We might just be having some family time because that's important
That's
too.
important.
Right.
That's important.
We might be sitting down at the table, and what does it look like to not be on social media,
Or on your phone.
on your phone all the time, right? Enjoying those moments. I know I found myself quite recently trying to enjoy the moments and taking pictures here and there so that I can capture things and go back and remembrance of things that I've done.
Right.
But not being so all about, I
I
gotta
gotta check my
picture.
phone.
I gotta check my phone. I gotta take this picture to post on social media because I found myself getting lost and I didn't even remember parts of what I was doing without going back to look at the photos. But it's different. It's different, when you're living in the moment and you're enjoying it that way versus trying to go back and look at these photos that perhaps you captured to show everybody else. It just
Right.
feels different.
Right.
So it's okay to take a few pictures here and there. Put in your catalog, put in your memory book, but try to enjoy the moments of things. You don't get those moments back. Like, time is priceless, and you just can't get some of those moments back. You can't get them back.
No.
So,
No. No matter how much you want to get them back.
yeah.
Even sometimes the photos, looking at the photos, still won't give you that moment in the in the real time where you were feeling those feelings or having those thoughts or just being present. Whether you're with family or you're out and about, those times, those feelings come from actual interactions in life as opposed to being on the phone and social media. Because you're talking to me. I'm definitely the one that'll be like, oh, okay, I gotta check my phone or I gotta make sure. No, you ain't gotta make sure nothing. Make sure that you're present. Make sure that you're there. Make sure you're enjoying that time because that time don't come back. And the way time going, she flying.
Okay, you lay down to go to sleep. And in 5 minutes, the alarm clock is going off for you to get up and start the day over again.
Literally.
Wash, rinse, repeat. Right?
Literally. Yep. Literally. So, we're here to discuss all of those factors together. If anybody has any routines or any suggestions, we're definitely open to all of that. We just want to have this open dialogue between ourselves and everyone about being whole and showing up for yourself, for sure. Because I feel like you have to show up for yourself first before you can show up for anybody else. Definitely be there for others, but if you don't have nothing to give to somebody else, are you really showing up for them? Or is this something that you're just saying because this is what you feel like you're supposed to do?
And now you're feeling burnout. And you're resenting those that you're showing up for because you haven't taken the time to refill your cup. So anyway, that's what we're here for. We hope to educate, connect, learn, enjoy, have fun on this platform, on this journey that we are endeavoring to take with you all. And we hope everybody has a good time as we look forward to doing.
We definitely are looking forward to doing. This is Deja Vu coming at you.
Night Nurse Davis. Looking forward to this journey.
And we will see you guys on another episode. Peace and love.
Peace.
So, Night Nurse Davis, tell us about you.
All right, so I work in the health field. I've been working in the health field for a very long time. I am a nurse. I started off as an RN. I've worked med-surg, I've worked ortho, I've worked intensive care, and most recently, as of about 4 years ago, I started working as a mental health nurse practitioner. I went back to school and got an advanced nursing degree, and became a nurse practitioner, and now I work from home. And it's quite a different setting, but I enjoy it. I do sometimes miss the adrenaline rush of the ICU. But I also enjoy looking at things from a mental perspective. I feel like when I was working in the ICU, a lot of it was, I had to cater to and hone in on the patient's mental perspectives as well. But a lot of the times I couldn't do that because maybe they weren't talking to me. Maybe they were too sick to do that. So a lot of it was physical, looking at the physical well-being of the patient. How can I titrate these drips to get their blood pressure up, or, things like that. But now it's more subjective. Like I have to take in what my clients or my patients are telling me and help them achieve wellness from what they're sharing with me. So very different, but I enjoy it nonetheless.
So I'm Deja Vu. I'm in the hospitality field. I work at a hotel. Getting from the front desk, going into sales now, just trying to figure out life, really, and what makes me happy. So this platform is also going to help me. I do enjoy skating, don't do it enough. I enjoy writing, don't do it enough. I enjoy being there for my family, and still don't do that enough. But trying to figure out what that looks like for me and how to make it site-specific for myself. Just making out time for myself so that I can be there for my family. I can be there for others, coworkers, friends. I can show up and be whole and not half or empty. I'm looking more to thrive as opposed to just surviving. Because a lot of the times when people ask you, hey, how you doing? It's like, hey, I'm okay. As opposed to say, hey, I'm good. I'm thriving. I'm out here, living life however it comes at me. I'm taking it for what it is as opposed to letting it beat me down. Of course, life is going to have those times where it does beat you down, but you still got to know how to get up, dust your shoes off, and learn those lessons and keep it moving. So that's why I'm excited about this platform, because it's also, as well as I'm trying to help others, I'm helping myself, really, at the end of the day.
Big
So
facts. Big facts.
that's me.
Definitely that family involvement.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got a
Yeah.
little one that I have to show up for every day.
Got
So
a little one, yes.
Yeah,
You can't
she
shut
just-
down. Like how I come home and
cannot.
shut down,
I
you cannot shut down.
She not, man. If
Yeah.
I come home
She
and try
having
to
it.
take a nap,
Yeah.
negative. She's
Negative.
up.
No,
She's
hey,
vibrant.
mommy, hey,
Right.
what we
She
doing?
just turned 3. All she wants to do is play.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and you know, it makes me it brightens my day.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, and we just got a new little puppy. So we're very excited about that. Mr. Monty that I had for a long, long time.
Rest in peace, my
Oh,
dog.
I know. I
Rest
lost
in
my
peace, my
baby.
dog.
But we
Yeah.
did just welcome Mr. Bentley into our family, and we're excited. Bentley just turned 4 months old. Sorry, correction. Bentley just turned 4 months old, so he is also quite the ball of energy. So
You surrounded by energy.
surrounded
You
by
have no other
energy.
choice but to have energy. So you got to make sure your
Exactly.
cup is continuously
Right.
filling up.
Right.
Not to say
Right.
you're always going to be full, but at least have something
Right.
in it to
Yeah,
give
I
to
need to
them.
have something in my reserve for sure. It's important.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you had to pick 2 things as an outlet, what would those 2 things be?
Ooh, music.
Ooh, yes. Yes.
Music is at the
Music,
top.
For sure. For
Music,
sure.
Music is at the top.
For sure.
And,
My other outlet outside of music would be skating.
okay.
I love to skate. Like getting on that floor on those skates, I'm somewhere else.
Yeah.
As opposed to thinking about the day-to-day life. I could just let go, enjoy the music, because you know you skating to music, so
Yeah.
I'm able to enjoy the music and just vibe and have a good time.
My other outlet, I think, is art in all forms. I know music is a form of art, but I have found myself desiring to like want to paint or other I'm a very musical person, so I enjoy singing, I enjoy dancing. I actually want to learn how to play a couple of instruments, so
What instruments?
the guitar.
Let me know. What's up? What we doing?
The guitar.
What's
I
up?
so want to learn how to
Yeah.
play the guitar, and it's been on my list of things to do for quite some
Right.
time. But I
You just
feel like
never
I
did it.
right. It's been like I've had so much to do all the time, every day, everywhere. But I do like how we just talked about. I plan to map some time out so that I can get me a guitar, take some lessons, learn how to play the guitar. So that's one of the instruments. The other instrument is actually there's 3, I guess.
Okay.
The guitar, drums, and the keyboard, piano.
Okay. Okay.
So, but I think guitar is at the top. So that's you know, and I keep my nails done, so I don't.
You have a pick. If there's a pick that you would use.
Oh,
but you need for the
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think you would be able to make it work.
I don't know. I like to have my nails done, but you know, I could rock with
The short?
some shorts.
Yeah.
I really can.
I think you could do with those.
I'm sure gonna try. Not even gonna lie, I'm gonna try. With the pick, anybody have any suggestions about that? I am open. Can I play with these length nails? I mean, I'm willing to cut them down. You know, I can cut them down. I don't need the rhinestone.
It could be down.
Yeah,
a little down,
I
a
can
little
cut them
further
down
down.
to the flat. You know, yeah. So
Okay.
yeah,
So your instruments would be guitar and what you say?
guitar and drum. Well, I don't know. It's a tie between like the drums and the piano.
So mine would be guitar and saxophone.
Okay.
I love the sound of a saxophone, and I feel like I would love to learn how to play a saxophone. When I was younger, I used to play clarinet. Now, I wish I would have stayed with that, truthfully. But if I were to venture into other instruments, it would be the guitar and the saxophone.
Okay.
For
Took
sure.
a page out of Granny's book.
Right.
Your granny, my mama, your granny.
My
Yeah.
granny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
So as you view your everyday situation, where would you measure your cup? Is it full, half full, 2/3 full? And if it's half full, is it half full or half empty?
Ooh, it depends on the day.
Ooh. Ooh.
I feel like every Friday at noon, my cup does this. Come Sunday evening, when I'm preparing for the week, it's like, by Wednesday, you know, and then by Friday it refills again.
Right.
You know, like, again, I just enjoy the time being completely my own and whatever I need to get done, whatever I want to get done. If it's catching on sleep, if it's listening to music, if it's singing in the shower, if it's playing with my baby, you know, taking her to the park or taking her to some fun place that we've never ventured to before, if it's hanging out with my family or taking a trip, like, those are all things that I enjoy, and I feel like they refill my cup consistently. In the every day to day, there's not a lot of time to do those things, obviously. You know, I work. By the time I get off work,
You're going to another job.
I'm going to
being
pick
a
up
mom.
being a mom. I go pick up my child, and we have a few hours together, and it's time to get ready for bed and start the day all over again. You know, so very limited time for those things during the week, but during the weekend, I've often said I feel like a totally different person.
On the weekend.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Vibrant, fun. During the week, I kind of look and I'm like,
It's a complete difference. Yeah.
I don't know who this chick is. I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
But I can't wait till a Friday to get to this chick because we enjoy things over here. But I get it. You know, it's adulting. Monday through Friday, I have to be an adult 7 days a week, 24/7. But I get to let my hair down a little bit on the weekend. So I enjoy that. That's when my cup is the most full. Or if I'm off Monday through Thursday, if I'm on vacation, it's going to be full then. Because I get to do what I need to do and enjoy the things that I like to do.
Yeah. Monday through Friday for me, my cup recently has been half empty. Just because of the transition that I had to go through with losing my mom. I definitely can see myself just existing. I'm not really living for real. I would like for that to change because even though I miss her, there is still life after her. I still have to live, but it's tough for sure. On the weekends, it's more full than Monday through Friday, as opposed to me being at work and I'm just like, I'm talking to other people, I'm interacting with people because I'm in hospitality. I work at a hotel, so I'm coming across different type of people. I've came across people that come to me complaining about their mom, and I will literally tell them, you're gonna miss complaining about your mom because when she's gone, she's gone. I would pay to complain about my mom right now, like literally. And I try not to take away from their feelings because just because of what I'm going through doesn't mean I should be overbearing their feelings. But at the same time, that's your mom. You only get one. And when she gone, she gone. So Monday through Friday, yes, my cup is half empty because we used to ride to work together. We literally talked every day. This was my source of, I ain't going to say companionship, but that was my best friend. There was not a time or the day that I didn't hear from my mom, or I didn't call my mom, or I didn't see my mom. So to not have her now, trying to figure out how to move on and maneuver without having her is different for sure. So I'm working on not letting that stop me because I've felt myself being stopped. I've not wanted to get out the bed, or if I did get out the bed, I'm not myself. So yeah, just figuring out life without her, for real. And these 36 years I had her, so just knowing or trying to figure out what that would look like without her has been difficult, but gotta do it. Life still goes on, as we said. So
Right.
Are you crying?
Girl,
Don't cry.
you don't hit a heavy topic.
Yeah.
You done hit Heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy for sure.
It is heavy. I can't imagine the heavy that you're carrying with it because that was your mother.
Yeah.
My sister, you know.
Yeah,
and,
it's heavy.
It's,
and I know it's heavy for you too, truthfully. Not to take away from your feelings, you know, my other aunts or uncles' feelings, like their number is shrinking. Let's be real. Not to take away from Granny's feelings. I got my brother, he's also missing her. My dad, he's missing her. So it's just like, I can understand that she was in her 70s. Maybe 60s. Maybe. Even then, I still would have been like, but how it happened, it was so sudden. So now it's like you ain't got no other choice.
So can we get into that a little bit? Can we get into that a little bit? My sister, Deja's mother, she, a little over 20 years ago, had a brain aneurysm that she miraculously survived, right? And then just October of last year, she suffered a hemorrhagic stroke suddenly. We weren't expecting it. It caught us all off guard. And unfortunately, she succumbed to that. And it's been difficult to navigate.
It's been difficult to navigate.
It has been.
To even talk about it right now. Normally, I would bawl and I would have been crying. But I know I'm growing. I get teary-eyed for sure. But if we would have had this conversation 5 months ago, I'd have been bawling like type of crying. You know what I'm saying? But even though I'm not crying like that, doesn't mean that I don't feel it. I feel it. I feel it every day. But I can't let it hinder me the way I was letting it hinder me then. I'm not saying I'm not gonna have those moments. I literally just had a moment the other night where I was like, and I hate to say it, I was like, I don't want to go on. And I've never been that person. So to have those thoughts, it was just like, man. But I felt heavy having those thoughts. And when I saw myself having those thoughts, I had to turn around and say, no, this not you. And your mama wouldn't want you to be like that. So, hey, whatever's on you, get up off me, because I'm still going to have life. I'm going to live on for her.
Right.
Because that's what
she would want you to do.
She would want me to do that. There's no way she would want me to stop. As much as I miss her, she wouldn't want me to stop. So I was like, whatever this is, you got to get up off me. And I literally felt light.
Right.
I felt light when I said that. I'm like, if we got to battle toe to toe, we gonna do that. Because you're not finna take away from me because of how I'm feeling. Because I know people, if we're going on a deeper talk, people talk about like the devil or evil spirits coming in when you're at your lowest. And I was at my lowest. I was missing her. That's my heart. I was missing her. So something came in trying to make me feel like I shouldn't go on. And I definitely have to. I will. You have to. Regardless. So after I hit my low, I literally talked myself and built myself up back to a high. And like I said, I felt lighter. Yeah. I was just like, my mama wouldn't want that. So, and I don't want that because I've never been that type. I've never had those type of thoughts. So,
and that's also the importance of learning how to hone in on those things what we were talking about, because it does in those moments help you bounce back. Yeah, it helps you bounce. It helps you bounce back because, man, I can't even imagine. Like that's a significant loss.
The same. You have the same relationship with your mom that I have. I ain't gonna say had. I have with my mama. Right. So
best friend. Talk to her.
It's
every day.
Different. Yeah. It's different, but it does show you different sides of yourself for sure. Right. Sides that you didn't even know existed, because I was always like, I don't know what I would do with my mama, but we're here now. Yeah. I gotta figure it out.
You gotta live on.
I gotta live on.
That's what she would want you to do, but most of all, you have to do that for yourself.
I gotta do it for myself.
Because you have your life and you gotta live it. Yep. You gotta live it.
Yep. Whatever that looks like. So yeah, I don't ever want anybody to feel like they can't talk about that around me. So that's why I've built myself to be able to have these conversations. Like I said, I get teary-eyed for sure, but those conversations are needed.
Yeah.
For not just myself but others that currently have their moms or lost their moms. It's a journey. It's a self-building, self-reflection. Ooh, the self-reflection of it was like, girl,
Yeah.
you weren't ready,
Yeah.
but you gotta figure out how to be ready.
Self-reflection, man. Looking at that man in the mirror.
Yeah. 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 Look and being okay with that person in the mirror.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, because
And if you're not, how do you get there? If you're not okay with that man in the mirror, why?
right,
Make
why?
a list.
Yeah.
Why are you not okay
Yeah.
with that man in the mirror?
Yeah.
And then how are you going to fix the things that you're not okay with? Right?
I feel like we don't talk about that either.
talk
Fixing
about
what
that.
you're not okay with.
That's right.
You gotta fix it. You gotta figure out what makes you tick. What makes you what makes you have that joy inside when nobody else is around? Because whether you're with somebody or not, you're still going to have to deal with your individual self.
True enough. And what triggers you?
Yeah.
What triggers you to feel sad?
Yeah.
What triggers you to feel upset or anxious? Because I feel like that's kind of tucked away or ignored or suppressed also. You know, those kind of things. We don't want to look at those things because we don't want to be viewed in a certain light, or there's a stigma towards XYZ or whatever. But it's important to also take a look at those things, because if you don't, how do you know how to fix yourself?
Right.
How do you know? You know,
How to weather those storms.
How to weather those storms,
unexpected
things
storms
that you need to avoid. You know, setting certain boundaries in your life.
Boundaries. Ooh.
Girl.
Boundaries.
Setting certain boundaries in your life. Yeah. So
being able to say no.
being able to say, no, I'm
And
tired.
be okay.
I am tired. I need to go to sleep.
Or no with no explanation.
No, that too.
I ain't got to tell you why I said no.
My prerogative.
That's my prerogative. That's for
know,
me.
that part.
That's for me. I need that rejuvenation, that grounding.
That's right.
I saw something that said people that isolate themselves when like trauma or when they have those feelings that they don't know how to navigate, they're trying to ground themselves. And I used to feel bad sometimes about isolating myself. Not to say you should isolate where you're
Indefinitely.
indefinitely, where you're falling into a depression. But those moments where you just need to be with you to figure out what's next or how you feel and how to unpack this baggage it's necessary.
It is. And
It's
there's so many
necessary.
reasons why that time is important, to unpack your baggage, to figure out yourself, to have your time, to reset, to get your peace, to
reset.
pray, to meditate, whatever it
Whatever.
is.
Yeah.
To reset, because it can be a lot. When you step outside of your door, it's like the clock starts, you know? And it can be a lot.
Yeah, literally.
It can be a lot. It's a lot of external factors that contribute to overstimulation.
Ooh, overstimulation. Oh my goodness.
I
yeah.
mean, so it can just be a lot. Like, in your social battery is at negative 50, and you still trying to make it through the rest of the week. You know, so if you get to Saturday and you have to take a time out from everything, you know, you have your inside of the home things if you have a spouse or a child or whatever.
Right.
But there's still a way to do that also.
Yeah.
And you know, that's something else we can dive into as well. Ways that you can reset when you have home life. Of course, you can. It's a lot easier to block out the external things, the things that are outside of your home. My homegirl said she having this function and she want me to show up, or
Right.
you know, for the 5th time so far this year, or you know, whatever. It's a little bit easier. It's a little bit easier, you know, perhaps to kind of get out of those things. But when you have people in the home that you care about, they care about you, and you feel like you have to be there. I've got to cook this dinner. I've got to help so-and-so with their homework. I got to, you know, but even if you do, if it's 11:30 at night and the house is quiet and you need to take that time to pray or meditate or read a book or binge watch whatever show it is that you love on Netflix,
right.
and eat your ice cream, do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do that. Do that. I've talked to a lot of people, and I find that I relate to that because in my home, you know, I take care of my child, and like I said, I feel like all the time goes by so fast. And before I know it, it's 11:30 and she's asleep, but I feel like I haven't had a time. I wanted to spend that time with her, no doubt, for sure. That's very important. But then I feel like I'm longing for some sort of time to wind myself down, you know, to find myself that peace so that I can settle into the night and prepare myself mentally for the next day. So, and I've heard other people say that too as well. Some of my clients that I talk to, they're up until 11:30 p.m., 12 a.m., 12:30 a.m. because they're trying to just get in that last little bit of me time before I have to go to bed and restart the day. You know, so it's definitely important to get that in, that you time. That you time. Yep. If it means that you have to say no to whatever engagement because you need your you time, if they're a true friend,
they'll understand.
They'll get it.
And if you ain't, please be gone about your business. Be gone about your business, because I need that me time. I've always been that type of person though. I need that me time. I know you want to talk. You know you want to engage. I need my time. I need my time. And if you can't understand, we can't dwell together. I need you to find somebody that's consistently going to be there for you.
Exactly.
Not to say I'm not there for you, but I'm not there for you like that. If that makes sense.
I get what you're saying. I can be there for you, but I also have to be there for me. I gotta
be there for me.
Yeah.
I gotta be there for me. I can't be giving you advice and inside I'm like, how am I telling you to do this?
Not even that. Like, more into the topic of like not being able to show it for other people if you're not 100, because I may not have even heard 60% of the story you just told me because I'm tired, I'm sleepy, this happened today and I'm worried about it. My child about to stand up on the side of the tub over there and I gotta go get her off, you know. So it just all comes down to getting yourself or keeping yourself. I don't even want to say getting yourself. It's important to try to maintain, you know, that stability mentally, physically, holistically, spiritually, like all of that. It's important to try to maintain that, to continue to maintain that.
I just have one other question.
Okay.
What do you want your listeners to get from this channel?
I want the listeners to get from this channel that we're all trying to figure it out, and just because you don't have it figured out doesn't mean that you're not doing enough. You're always enough as long as you're trying. If you stop trying, of course, I mean, we only fail when we stop trying. There's no right or wrong way to do something. It's what suits you, because how I do something, you ain't gonna do it. How you do something, I'm not gonna do it. But that doesn't mean it's wrong, or that doesn't mean it's not the right way. So just being able to understand yourself and what it feels like, sounds like, looks like for yourself. We're so in this world where, you know, the platforms are showing us or telling us how we should live and what it should look like. But what their life looks like, your life may not look like that. And just being okay with yourself. Period. Just being okay with yourself, because you're not going to always have people around, even with your family, even with your immediate family, husband, wife, child, siblings, grandparents, uncles, aunties. You're going to have that time to yourself. Are you okay with being by yourself at the end of the day? Are you okay with you? And if you're not okay with you, what do you need to do to figure out how to be okay with you?
Yo, I'm so glad that you brought that up.
Okay.
That is an amazing feeling, to learn how to be okay in your own space. It is.
Yeah, I agree.
Like to learn how to be okay in your own peace, it almost makes you feel untouchable. You know? It really does.
Yeah.
That's something that I've come into recently. And again, That is not to say that I don't enjoy the company of others, because I most certainly do. I do. I love my family. I love my friends, you know, and those that are close to me in my life. But to learn how to be in your own peace, your own skin, and be happy with you and what you're doing. And it's just, it's a feeling that's indescribable.
It's a different feeling. Yeah.
It's a different feeling.
It makes you want to show up in different ways.
Yeah.
As opposed to not being okay with you and you just showing up because you feel obligated to show up.
It felt like you leveled up to, like, I don't know if y'all played Mario Brothers back in the day when you were a kid, but it felt like you leveled up to, like,
you hit that mushroom.
You hit the mushroom. Like, I've leveled up. I've leveled up so much until certain things, trials and tribulations, they do come.
Yeah.
They come, lives,
Right.
you know, but it makes you feel like you can conquer anything, you know, because that's one of the greatest challenges. I don't want to say unfortunately, but kind of, it is one of the greatest challenges to learn how to be okay with just you.
Just you.
It's a challenge. So if you can attain that, like, you got something going. You got something going. If you can learn how to be happy, if you can learn how to make yourself happy, then whoever else comes into your life,
it's an addition.
It's an addition.
It's not something that you.
It's an asset.
It's an asset.
Yeah.
Yep. It's not
asset.
something that if I lose it, I'm gonna lose myself in it.
Yeah.
No, I mean you want to want your partner, and not taking away from people that don't say they don't want to need their partner, but you still want to need them at the same time. But where it's not more of a need than a want.
Exactly. If he gonna take a trip to Abu Dhabi for
Hey,
a month,
enjoy. Be safe. I love you.
I love y'all. See you when you get back.
Okay. And when you get back, tell me about your trip.
Exactly.
What can you give me? What
right.
can I learn from?
Right.
Like,
I'm not finna be
share
crashing
with
out
me.
over here. I'm gonna be out back in the hammock with a book. I'll see
book,
you when you get
feet
back.
Kicked up, crossed, and enjoying myself. Because
Exactly.
though you're collectively with someone, you still have to be the individual that shows up. Both individuals have to be able to show up for each other. And if you're individually not okay, how are you trying to show up for somebody else?
Child, so true. I can expand on that too. How you lose your individuality.
Yeah.
When
and
you
we
have
do
a
that.
child.
Ooh.
Yeah, that pulls from that.
Okay.
That pulls from that real heavy.
Okay.
And I think that's why that means so much to me. Like I said, my daughter just turned 3. So I was real lost. Like after having her, mommy. I'm in full blown mommy mode. Who is Lakia?
And
Lakia,
prior to that, it was Lakia. It was just you.
Lakia. It was just me.
Yeah.
So I went from just me, all about me,
Yeah.
to now I have this little person.
You got to consider their
And
feelings.
immediately, it was like Lakia shut off, and it was just mommy.
Yep. Mommy.
And that is all that mattered. Like, I was walking around in yoga pants and sweatshirt, t-shirt, like for a long time. And one day, I realized I have lost myself.
Okay.
I'm just a mommy.
Right.
Where is Lakia? While I am a mommy,
You're still your own person.
I am Lakia. I was Lakia before I came a mommy, and I need to continue to be Lakia.
Even as a mom.
That's
it doesn't
right.
take away from
That's
either
right. That's
role.
right. That's right. And it looks different. It looks different than and it should look different than what it did before I became a mom.
It should look different. Yeah.
But I'm still who I
Because
am.
you've evolved.
So I found myself over time, kind of getting back into things that I liked before I became a mom, and even learning to enjoy new things. Painting. I paint with my daughter.
Yeah.
I was like, well, this is cool. Maybe I should paint more.
Yeah.
Maybe I should paint a little bit more. This is pretty cool, you know? So I am still on the journey. It takes, for those that know and for those that don't know, if you know, you know. If you don't, you might learn.
Right.
it takes quite a while to figure yourself out and become yourself after having a child. So that's why I'm so heavy on a man, like learning about my peace and learning how to be okay with me. Because after having a child, and now she's just turned 3, and I'm getting back into that, and it feels amazing. Like putting
like-
on
it's like
something
a
other than
bonus.
yoga pants and a t-shirt and or a sweatshirt. Like that feels really good. It feels really good. I mean, you can put put a dress on, maybe put some heels on, get your hair done, get your nails done. So now I've started making it a routine to kind of get back. Those are things that I did like to do before I had a child. So I still love to do those things. I like to feel like a woman and, make myself look good, maybe go out for dinner or a movie or whatever. So getting back into those things is like a fresh breath of air. It's like a breath of fresh air, so it's important. It's really important.
So give us a closing.
So, in closing, like I said, I want us all to learn from each other. We don't have the answers, but we can give our take and our perspective, our side on it, and we all can collaborate and learn from each other. Ultimately, that's what I'm looking forward to with this channel.
Absolutely. We want this to be an open forum where you all can come and join. And, I know a lot of forums, people say don't show up in your bonnet and don't, of course we're not going to show up here like that.
Right.
But if y'all want to hop on and you have your bonnet on,
Be okay with that.
Have some clothes on. That's what we ask. But if you want to show up with your bonnet on, your glass of wine, your cup of
without your
coffee, your
makeup.
tea, no makeup, whatever. Like you're just in the comfort of your own home, or maybe you're on a beach in Miami, wherever you're at. We want you to feel comfortable showing up on our platform as yourself and being open and ready to talk about, discuss, being open to learning, and maybe even sharing experiences that you have that have helped you feel whole, to feel great, to feel good, to feel at peace, all of those things. So we're looking forward to that.
This is Deja Vu checking in with you again and again.
And this is Night Nurse Davis, and we're signing off.
Peace.
Peace.